Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I have my new PSP to present to you. I say new, it's obviously not actually new, it's used, but it's new in my collection, you get what I mean. So I'm very excited about this. I've always wanted a PSP growing up and now I have one, so I am very, very happy. If my voice sounds weird in this video, I'm sorry. I have a cold or something and it's affecting my voice, so if I sound weird, that's why. So, I bought a PSP in 2025. I've had it for 2 weeks, I think, at this point. And so far, I've been really loving this thing. I have used it quite a bit actually since I bought it. I knew I would love it anyway because I always wanted a PSP growing up. And I remember, so I was a DS, I had a DS growing up. I was a DS kid, whatever you want to call me. And I had a DS Lite and I loved that thing. But I remember always seeing kids that had a PSP and being kind of jealous because I thought it was the coolest thing ever, because look at it. It is literally one of the coolest looking consoles I've ever seen. I remember just being kind of jealous and really wanting one, and now I have one. So I'm very happy. I got this from Japan and it arrived in really, really good condition. It does have some slight scuffs or like scratches on the back, but they're not very visible at all. The metal circle, whatever you want to call it, on the back doesn't really have any scratches on it either. It's all very minimal damage. The screen is immaculate. That thing even arrived with plastic film on it. And the front of it is really good as well. No visible scratches on the front of it, really. So it arrived about 2 weeks ago and I've played around with it quite a bit and I have modded it, which is an extremely easy process. I mean, I knew it was going to be fairly easy because people kept saying it was, but my God, it's really easy to mod. I will also leave a link in the description to the website that I used, which has a guide on there, and it also has a link to download the custom firmware. Very straightforward. So I have put some games on here. The only games I've actually loaded onto it are PlayStation 1 games. So if we start from the bottom, I have Wipeout 3, which is a game that I used to play a lot with my dad growing up. Then ARK Loader and ARK CIPL Flasher, those are to do with the custom firmware. Then we've got Spyro, Spyro 2, Spyro 3, Harvest Moon Back to Nature, Crash Team Racing, Chrono Trigger, which I've never played. I'm very excited to play that. And Final Fantasy VII. Which I have played, but at this point I'm low-key just getting Final Fantasy VII for every console I ever have. Spyro is a game that I grew up playing a lot of Spyro as a kid. Spyro is one of my favourite platformers, love that. Besides those PS1 games I've got on there, I also got 2 PSP games in box. So, being a Final Fantasy fan, I obviously had to get 2 Final Fantasy games. So I got Dissidia Final Fantasy and Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII, both complete in box. These were cheap. That's the other good thing about PSPs, is the games are really cheap for them. Both of the games work. I have checked both of them. I haven't played any Crisis Core yet, but I have played Dissidia. And a really fun game so far, I'm really liking it. I don't know what I was expecting really, but I can't say I really expected it to be as good as it is. Very cool game. And the other thing that I always found really cool about PSPs is the UMDs, Universal Media Disc, because they're just so unique. I mean, I'm pretty sure that literally only the PSP uses UMDs. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. And they're just these tiny little discs in a plastic casing. And also, Dissidia has a reversible cover. I didn't know that there were any PSP games that had reversible covers, but you learn something new every day, as they say. Also, I have this case that I keep in. I got this off of Amazon. It was very cheap. It also feels very cheap. But I mean, it was the nicest looking one I could find. And I've got Cloud's Buster Sword and this cute little trinket on there to kind of decorate it. I didn't want anything hanging off of my PSP that could damage it, because I don't want to put this in one of those plastic protective cases. I probably would if it weren't for the fact that when this is in a plastic protective case and I'm playing a PSP game on a UMD, it seems to affect the UMD drive, so it stops reading the disc very frequently. It's very annoying. And it does actually do that anyway. So the UMD drive does stop reading the disc as I'm playing the game sometimes, which is quite frustrating. Usually it doesn't lead to me having to come out of the game or anything like that, but obviously I'd rather it didn't do that. I think it should be okay though. I think I'd be able to fix that by, I don't know, I'll try a few different things like cleaning the lens and seeing if there's anything else that people online recommend doing. Actually, if you know what the cause for that is, please leave a comment below, because I would appreciate it so that I can actually fix it so that it works fully. But yes, really cool looking console. I love the form factor of it. It's very comfortable in your hands. And this thing is so ahead of its time. I mean, I knew that anyway, but having one is just, I mean, like I said, I grew up with a DS and I'm so used to that thing that having this and knowing that it's from the same generation as the DS is kind of insane. This really was ahead of its time. Amazing little console, I love it. And I'm very excited to dig into the library of games available for it. Maybe you're watching this and thinking, oh, I'd quite like, you know, you're kind of thinking about maybe getting a PSP, but you're not too sure about whether you want one or not. I would recommend getting one because, for one, it's just like, come on, it's like, it's really cool. It's really cool. And I mean, low-key, I would have bought a PSP just for how cool it is. But also, you can play PSP games on it, which I never had access to. And I've always been curious about the PSP game library. And you can play PlayStation games on it. And it can also emulate a bunch of other consoles as well. So you can put emulators on it. I haven't done that with mine, but it's an option if you were interested in doing that as well. I think it's a really cool little console. I got it, as you can see, in this Mystic Silver colour because now I was actually in two ways about this. I love the pink colour as well. That sort of rosy, quartzy, almost kind of pink that is available for it. But I ended up getting it in Mystic Silver because I think it just suits the console and the design of it better. And it has that sort of 2000s tech kind of look to it. Because 2000s tech, you could get this like shiny silver colour in a lot of things, and it was so synonymous with that era. I remember growing up and there being so many silver coloured devices that you could get, and it was, yeah, just so cool. But the PSP is one of the best looking devices from that time period, in my opinion. And also it suits the silver colour so well. It looks friggin' amazing. It's so cool. So that's my little video about the PSP that I bought. The other dream console of mine is a PS Vita, which I also never had growing up. And I would also like to get one of those. And I probably will. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you next time I upload something, which hopefully will be next week. Hopefully I won't skip a week this time. But anyway, stay tuned for further content. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.